Welcome to the SUNY Sullivan podcast, where we introduce you to the people and stories that make our campus Sullivan strong. I'm your guest host, Savannah Paxton, a first-year media arts student here at SUNY Sullivan. And today we're talking with Kathena DeGrassi, or Kat as we know her, Associate Professor of English.
My name is Kathena DeGrassi, but I usually tell students to call me Kat because it's a little bit easier. I am a first-year full-time faculty English instructor. I always wanted to be an author. I was a creative and writing major as an undergrad. And when I got to grad school, I majored in English, just literature, with a focus in women's literature. And part of my grad work was being in TA, which actually meant taking on my own class of first-year writers. So I wasn't an assistant to anybody, really. I actually was just thrust into the role of teacher, and I fell in love with it. I'm by nature actually really shy, but in a classroom, it's an endeavor where we're all coming together as a community to work towards some common goal, and I really like that feeling of fellowship. I tell my students, even if they're not writers and filled with the zeal for becoming the next Jane Austen, they can at least learn to know that their voice matters. That's the legacy I want.
I asked Kat to tell me her favorite things about working at SUNY Sullivan. She said,
I love the students. I love that I keep dreaming up different ways to do different projects and activities that I think sometimes are fun and some students really respond well to, because I'm learning how diverse interests are here. I have a ton of students who are really into manga and comics and graphic design and creative writing. So it's exciting to see how creative everyone is. So for example, I have students creating zines in my Comp 1 class this semester, and I'm really hoping I can create a zine club, because I think that there's a lot of value in DIY publications and getting grassroots voices out, because people have so many different interests at the school and every single one could make their own publication about it.
When I asked Kat how teaching at SUNY Sullivan has impacted her life, she said it has helped her become more creative and become better at juggling her time as a mom, teacher, colleague, and wife.
It has taught me to be more creative on my feet when in the classroom and teaching online, because I do both. It's also done a really nice job encouraging me for my own time management, because I do commute and, I have a family. I recognize the value of breaking down time for my students versus myself versus my colleagues versus my kids, and trying to find a happy balance to everything.
I asked Kat who she is outside of teaching to get to know her a little more. This is what she had to say.
I travel a lot. I love hitting the road and the air and the sea. And that includes just dumb road trips, like staycation type things. There's always weird things out there to do. I like to explore in my kitchen. So I always, I'm game for any kind of weird new recipe. And I hang out with my kids a lot, which makes it sound like I'm, this ma. But really, we just do fun things. My kids are older now, so 13 and 16. So we do a lot of things I go to a lot of museums and activities and explore the world. I also read a ton, so, even though I'm reading papers, I'm also reading a lot of books.
For more information or to be featured on the SUNY Sullivan podcast, please send an email to Professor Kenneth Gluck at kluck@sunysullivan.edu. That's KLUCK@sunysullivan.edu.